talk about the massive amount of payouts that are coming Friday from our dividends. But before we get to that, let's talk about the two plays we did this week in selling options. For those that are new to the channel, this is an income generating account, and the goal is to collect as much income as we can so we can invest in ourselves. So we sold ARY $5 put. We sold 3 of those. For those that are new, when you sell a cash secured put, you're agreeing to buy the stock for that predetermined price. In this case, ARRY, $5 strike. BMLB, which is Bumble, $4.50 strike, meaning we agreed to buy that for $4.50. So we sold 2 puts on Bumble and 3 on ARRY. They both had earnings this week, and Bumble actually just had theirs today. So let's see how the stock's looking. Yeah, after hours, the stock's run up to $4.75. It did hit as high as $5.01. Wow. So it's a $4.75 after hours. I'll have to check what their earnings are, why they ran up so high. The other one was ARRY. Let's see. It's currently just sitting around $5. So basically, the price we agreed to buy it for is $5. So at expiration, if it's below $5, we have to buy it for $5. If it's above, it'll expire worthless, or we'll roll the position depending what we feel like doing. So to recap, we have collected $220 from selling options this week. The goal is to collect $550 each week. So let's jump over to our ex-dividend announcements to see how much we're going to get from them. Some payout coming this Friday, a lot more than I expected. We are on track to collect $317 this Friday from dividends. A big portion of that is from MSTY. That is a monthly payer. They paid out $2.37 per share. So we only have 56 shares of that, but from it, we're going to collect $133. YMAX, a 16-cent payout. We have 518 shares. That's pretty good. We collect $87 from there. YMEG, the usual 10 cent. Honestly, this is the only one that's actually pretty bad right now. So once we break even on that, we will sell. Collected $9.09. RDTE, we collected 23 cents a share. And that payout from 11 shares is going to be $2.62. And then we have ULTY. A number of shares we have is 715. The payout, 11 cents per share. That's awesome. That's the highest payout it's had in a while. The last few have been like 8s and 9s, so I was really happy to see that. We had just bought 100 more shares, so ULTY gives us that payout of $84, giving us a total of $317 collected from dividends. So if we jump over to our main tab here, and we'll do our running total on Friday like we do every week. Let's see. That means we have collected, if you add the 317 with the 220 that we've collected from selling puts, we have collected $537 this week. We still have some open contracts, and we will jump over to Robinhood to take a look at those. But here's a running total that we are at, $537. So all we need is $13 more to collect this week, which we should be able to do that. I'm hoping. But yeah, pretty good week. And I mean, a great week in dividends, honestly, the best one, which works out because we don't have a ton of contracts open, and I'm not going to be able to roll some of them. So it actually is a perfect time for the account to get that high payout from dividends. So like I said, happy about the dividend payout. We're going to jump back over to Robinhood to see what contracts we still have open and plans for the rest of the week. We have the 650 call on Run. Unfortunately, they had earnings, and they had great earnings, so the stock ran up. This means we agreed to sell Run for $6.50 a share. Unfortunately, there's just no way I'm going to be able to roll this position. It's too much higher than what I'm agreeing to sell it for. So those shares will get called away, and I'll get the money back for that. ALTY, I'm hoping this runs a little bit closer to 6, but I am going to roll this position probably till 5:30. FCEL, I will just get assigned. Like I said, that's kind of my biggest down runner, the stock that really ran down on me, but that's okay. I'm selling covered calls for 2 weeks at a time, collected a nice premium from it, so it's working out just fine. And then looking at CLSK, the 850 puts, if this is above 850 by expiration on Friday, I'm going to let this expire worthless because I'm going to use that collateral for some other things. If it's not and it's below, we will roll this position, but we're going to play this one by ear. Well, I mean, as you can see here, I've collected $316 so far on this position, so pretty good payout, no complaints there. We'll see what the market brings. As you can see, it's currently trading at 805, which for those that are new, when you sell a put, you're agreeing to buy for that price, so I agreed to buy for $8.50. Well, if it's below 850, you still have to buy for 850. So, like I said, it's either going to go above 850 and I'll let it expire worthless, or I'm going to roll the position out a couple weeks. The only reason I usually roll positions, but honestly, I just kind of feel like I would rather use the capital for some cheaper small cap stocks. CLSK, I do love, but I kind of it's kind of at the top of the range that I love it for. Kind of risky too, because tomorrow I believe they have earnings, so that could run this down pretty far. So it is kind of risky to keep it open like this in terms of I could roll it now. Like if I would roll this out, let's see here. Roll this out to May 30th, the 850. I would collect $68 in credit. That's pretty good. Whereas if I wait till tomorrow and it runs down, my credit collected will decrease. So that's just kind of the risk you have with it, but I'm okay with it. Like I said, regardless of what happens, I'm okay with owning the stock at 850. So we'll just see what happens tomorrow after hours. So like I said, ARY, BMLB, new plays this week. They both had earnings, and earnings for ARY was pretty good. I'll have to check what Bumbles were because they were today. So I'll check that out, see if they were actually good. Dating apps usually aren't profitable, so we will see what's going on there. But overall, very happy with the dividend payouts we're getting this week. So it means that we're really not going to sell many options this week, not going to roll much. Probably the first week in my trading history that the dividends will outpay the options that we sell, but that's okay. That's fine. Sometimes that happens. Definitely won't happen for a couple more weeks again because MSTY only pays once a month. But overall, happy with the week so far, and unhappy with my Cavs last night. I cannot believe we blew that game. Cannot believe we had it the whole way down, winning all game, up by so many points, and then we blew it. We just blew it. I couldn't believe it. Oh, so devastating, but that's okay. We're still going to win in 6. We're going to take 2 in Indiana. We're going to come back, win in Cleveland, and go back, close them out in Game 6 in Indiana. And then tonight, I believe we have the Knicks and Celtics tonight. Let's go Knicks. And Nuggets and Clippers. Let's go. Or not Nuggets and Clippers. Nuggets and Thunder. Let's go Nuggets. I'm hoping both those teams don't fall down by 20 points and have to make a comeback at the end. I'd rather they just come out and dominate. But that's what we have on the horizon also. I was extremely surprised at the Warriors beating down the Timberwolves last night. I know one of my Fiverr buddies is a big Timberwolves guy, so if you're watching this video, what's going on, man? Game 1. But no, that was a lot of fun. I love the NBA playoffs. Looking forward to the games tonight, and looking forward to the rest of the week in trading, and we'll continuously grow this account in credits. And then the last thing I'm going to note before we close, down day, $1.35. We didn't open any new positions, so the market basically stayed flat, but after hours we're up $101, but that's mostly from some of those plays after hours running up. Overall, like I said, good week. Going to be probably a low week for us, but that's okay. The goal is to hit that 550. Once we hit it, we'll move on to the next week. But again, I appreciate everyone taking the time, stopping by, leaving comments, asking questions, and I love it. I'm not seeing any NBA playoff comments in there. I want to hear what we got. But again, appreciate everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.